Almost feels like the narrative in the market is changing. We saw NVDIA posted a decent earning last night, but the stock did not move. In fact, it is down over 4% intraday trading. So what's happening with the AI narrative? The AI darling of the Wall Street is not attractive anymore. The capital is not flowing into AI narrative. What's happening here? So I think this all goes back to this DeepSeek launch back in February. It actually proved that the AI model that we are all, working towards can be built cheaply and efficiently. We don't need expensive NVIDIA chips, as we were told that this is all needed to build the competitive infrastructure for AI race. China with DeepSeek has proven this is not true. And there's a lot of things happening. So since Trump took the office, there was a lot of hysteria, a lot of euphoria. Everybody was pumped that Trump is going to take the office, change the world, right? Change the politics. He's going to shrink the government size and the government spending, which is a good thing in the long run. But in the short term, it's going to create a lot of chaos. It's going to most likely increase the unemployment. A lot of people that he's laying off from the government, it's going to be reported in the unemployment number going forward. So we can see the unemployment in the US going up. We are already seeing the private sector is struggling. We saw Starbucks laid off people. We saw Walmart shaking up the tree and raising alarm that consumer sentiment is changing. We saw Home Depot also raised alarm. So all the private companies are struggling to increase their revenue and the growth, and sounding the alarm that the consumer is tapping out. The consumer sentiment is sinking. So the real economy is struggling in the US, while we were told that the government is doing well because they are hiring a lot of people in the public sector. The economy is fine because the financial economy is fine. And the financial economy is stock market. The real economy is not stock market. Okay? So since Trump took the office, the S&P 500 has lost $500 billion worth of value. That is a big number when it comes to comparing our belief that Trump is pro stock market, Trump is pro business, but the stock market did opposite since he took the power. So that's what's happening in the stock market. So market is actually very confused because of all of these things happening. The trade war. The trade war is creating a lot of uncertainty. When there is a lot of uncertainty in the market, the investors don't go risk on, they go risk off. Which is why we're seeing the yields are crashing, the bond yields. The bond yields are crashing means people are buying bonds. When they buy bonds, the bond price goes up, the yield goes down, inverse relation. So when the bonds are being bought, the yields are crashing, which means the capital, the big capital, is moving into safe havens. They are moving away from the risk on assets, going into risk off. Which is why we're seeing the stock market is going down. All the riskier stocks like NASDAQ and NVIDIA and Amazon, all these tech stocks, Max 7, they are literally coming down. Which is why the Bitcoin is also down. Even though we didn't see anything major in the crypto world, but Bitcoin is the canary of the coal mine when it comes to riskier assets. The Bitcoin price action is the first one to follow when we see panic in the risky asset market. And which is why we're seeing that Bitcoin is also down. The crypto is crashing because it's not the liquidity event. It's the uncertainty in the market. People think that the economy, which we were told very strong, it's not strong anymore. Actually, it wasn't strong to start with. It was basically the financial economy, which is stock market. And stock market is not real economy. And this whole Trump thing was the honeymoon period. And that is coming to an end. Everybody was excited about the election and Doge and all the stuff. But as people are realizing that the economy is still not doing good, we're seeing companies are laying off people. Those companies are not hiring more people, while the government is also laying off people. So it's going to increase the unemployment going forward in US. And which is why we're seeing the investors are really panicking right now. And going back to my previous point, that when the uncertainty is clear in the markets, the global capital goes into the safer bets like gold and bond. which is why the gold is doing pretty well against other assets. In addition to that, Trump is saying that he's also imposing 25% tax on Europe this time. Not only Mexico and Canada, Europe as well, which means he's taxing everybody who is exporting goods into the US. And a lot of countries are saying, we're going to tax you too. So retaliatory tax both ways. It's going to hurt business. It's going to lay off jobs. It's going to create a lot of panic in the global economy. It will push us into a global recession. That's the fear. That's the panic in the market, which is why the investors are pulling their money out of the riskier assets, moving into the safer bets like gold and bonds. Which is why the gold is strong and bond yields are crashing. Is it going to continue? Maybe. No guarantees, only probabilities. Trump may be using this as negotiation tactic to get better deal agreed. He could impose tariffs. This guy is crazy. Okay, he can do anything. But he's also trying to backtrack a lot of stuff that he spoke earlier and delaying things which he said he's going to initiate on day one. So anything is possible. But one thing is for sure, these threats is crushing the stock market, is crushing the Bitcoin crypto market. It's creating a lot of panic, which is causing people to move their capital out of the riskier assets into the safer bets. Anyway, you let me know what you think about that. Put your comments down below. Even though if you don't like this video, if I suck, write the comment I suck and tell me why. At least tell me why. And by the way, check out the course that I designed for you to understand these macro fundamentals, because this is very important for you to understand how the markets move, how the global economy works, how the global markets work, what are the riskier assets, how does it impact the markets, the gold, the USD, the Bitcoin, the stock market. Take a look at this and let me know what you think about that. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.